Hello, I'm Toycat, and I got a message from a subscriber this week telling me about a very curious add-on that just released on the marketplace. So if you go to new and then add-ons, you'll find this Lucky Tools item, and one of the weird things about it is it claims to be a system to automatically choose a tool for you to use when you look at a block or creature. No more tedious tool selection. Sounds not so bad, right? And it's free, but the weird thing about it is that it isn't just a way to pick your tool, it will give you a free bed or axe or sword or anything else based on what you're looking at, and it will be diamond quality from the get-go. And even crazier, this is an add-on that does not disable achievements. That's something that sounded so crazy I had to check it out myself. Can you really get free diamond tools without disabling achievements? Well, let's find out. Hello, I'm Toycat, and this is going to be a deep dive into the world of cheating in survival, because I think many people are concerned with having what you might call a legit survival, and on Java, this is very much the honor system. You police yourself, but on Bedrock, there is the concept of having your achievements disabled. This is what Minecraft Bedrock literally calls in this menu cheating. And to many people's chagrin, many commonly wanted options, such as the ability to disable weather, or indeed have keep inventory on, do count as cheating, but add-ons, if they are purchased in the marketplace, do not. Which means that when I've enabled this Lucky Book, to me so far it looks as though my achievements aren't disabled, but let's see how this works. This is by the world. Wait, it just gave me a diamond axe. To use the Lucky Book, place it in your helmet slot. If at any time you'd like to disable it, take it out of your helmet slot, and free, you can craft it using a spider eye and the crafting grid. That's it. You don't have to read any more. Wow, that's crazy. There is a page here that says crafting, and it's a book that tells you how to craft the book, even though it is also already on this first page. And then also we can change settings like particles, tool change sound, or shovel. We can pick a hoe here if we want to. But yeah, basically, we have now got an add-on which automatically equipped and gave me 2 armor points as well. And now it's giving me a diamond axe off the get-go. This is insane. Starting a Minecraft world with a diamond axe, this isn't okay. Are they testing a point here? Are they trying to prove something? Because this is ridiculous. Do you see this? Are you legitimately seeing what's happening here? If I look at the armadillo, I don't get a sword. If I look at a chicken though, will I? Let's find out. So now that we've worked out that you can get a axe and a shovel, and presumably if we just move this in our hotbar, we get another shovel, but we can also get seeds! Oh my god! It's even more OP than it seems. It gives you any item you could ever want without having to put any effort into it, which means you can immediately breed chickens, or you can immediately... Wait, did I get a pickaxe for the flower here? What is the logic? Anyway, so this is a crazy add-on that gives you immediate multiple diamond tools, but so clearly it's going to be counting as cheating, right? Let's find out. Here is the world, and here's how you find out if a world is cheating. So if we take my, this is my creative world called CC, for example. You might recognize this from another video. If we look into this world, you can see because I played it in creative, achievements are disabled. If we click on it, it'll tell you that you can't have achievements on the world if you've done any of these things. And it's actually a surprisingly extensive list. Behavior packs being activated, being one of those, by the way, or using the trial version of Minecraft. I don't even know why that seems fair, but it's what they decide to do. But weirdly enough, if we go to our world, which is basically cheating, there is no such toggle, and indeed, we even have this behavior pack enabled. So, what's the deal there, and how does it relate to cheating? Well, part 1 of this video is clearly that you can use this add-on, and it's not cheating, and because it's free, if you want a head start in your world, is there any reason not to use this? Well, we'll have to come back to that later, but for now I've just got to say, this is OP to a degree that I didn't think that anyone would have the balls to release an add-on doing. Seriously, this makes you question the concept of add-ons, because no one is using this for the convenience factor, they're using it for the, well, it's very, very easy factor. Okay, so I'm going to look at the sheep. Why am I not getting anything for the sheep? Do I have to drown him? Do I have to use my shovel on him instead? Okay, apparently so. So, ignoring the quality concerns, which clearly there are some of, if you get something for a chicken, and you get something for water, but not for a cow? Is it because they couldn't decide what to do there? Ignoring those concerns and jumping into a long-term survival, you can see that the Lucky Book is even more questionable in terms of why you'd want to use it, because if you get to the point where you have, like me, enchanted netherite tools, basically any long-term survival gets to this point, well, then something weird happens. If you look at a block like, say, this, it will actually still give you a diamond axe, even though I have a sharpness and efficiency 5 netherite axe. The same is true for if I look at a piece of grass. Indeed, the game still gives you these tools, which just means that if you want to have a way to have infinite durability, you can do that. To me, this feels like the definition of a cheat. Infinite durability for things like, say, shoveling grass, or infinite durability for breaking blocks if you're doing it en masse. That feels like definitionally broken. Also, here's a crazy one. You can have an infinite number of lava buckets, because that's what they become, seemingly. So now let's grab another one. Being able to get infinite number of lava buckets, an infinite amount of durability, and diamond tools from the get-go is not considered a cheat by Minecraft. This is a really, really interesting thing, but this is where I think our second point needs to go, because ultimately, in terms of how I like to do reviews of marketplace content, I think that even though I don't necessarily like this, I wouldn't use it in my world, you can't really criticize it too much because it's free. Your options are get it, and you can test it out, or not. But therefore, I think the flaw is not in the World Foundry for releasing this. In fact, I think they did a great job at releasing an OP add-on for people who want them, but Mojang did a poor job for not disabling achievements while using this. And I know you might be saying in response to that, like, Toycat, does it really matter if people have their achievements enabled? Well, if that is the case, allow me to go into the next two parts of this video, the first one being things that will disable your achievements. Obviously, you saw that big list earlier, but let me bring up another crazy example you might not realize. Let's say you want to play your favorite YouTuber's survival world. This happens to people all the time, I've been told, and although it's a long download to get them, if you try to actually play on your favorite survival world, then you'll get this little warning saying achievements were disabled. Now, this might make sense because, maybe Mojang can't verify that the person who built the world was playing in survival, but I can personally verify that I've been playing this world for 13 years with a strong eye to making sure that I play legit, if only for my own enjoyment of the game. So why is it that achievements are disabled? Well, it's because cheats are enabled, or the world is built from a template. If you download a world and build it from a template, I think Minecraft quite rightfully says, yeah, you didn't build that, you didn't get those diamond or netherite tools, you didn't get those enchanted golden apples, you'd be able to get achievements too easily if we enabled them, and so, against my wishes, it is actually turned off by default for all marketplace maps. If you download a pre-built world, it will tell you that you can't earn them because you'd be earning the achievements too easy and it would defeat the point. Now, this kind of makes some sense, I would argue, but if we go back to basically cheating, or in fact, let's make a brand new world from scratch so I can show you this. If we make a basically cheating 2, I can show you the fact that I can enable a pack that I would argue is basically cheating to give me this massive benefit, and as you can see, no achievements disabled. But if I use my, again, this is something I've been working on for the sake of streams and videos. If I enable this difficulty tweaks add-on, which was made outside the marketplace, again, the difference here is that this came from the marketplace, this came from ourselves. Difficulty tweaks is going to disable achievements, and that's because a behavior pack is activated. The difference between Lucky Tool and difficulty tweaks, and just to be clear, if you've never heard of difficulty tweaks, I've used it in a few videos to allow myself to do half heart challenges and no armor challenges and stuff like that. It's literally just a book that allows you to make Minecraft more challenging. Do you want to turn off your tools, turn off your hotbar? Do you want to make it so there's endless silverfish? Do you want to make it so you have no access to an inventory? It's ridiculous. You even lose the book that you got right there. Well, this is an add-on that makes your life so much harder, but it disables achievements by default. Whereas an add-on that literally makes everything easier will enable achievements by default. What's the deal here? Are Mojang high? Well, it seems like it on the surface, but the actual response is, the actual answer to this is that, officially speaking, any add-on that comes from the marketplace has to enable achievements. I don't know why there's no even option to turn them off. And any add-on from outside the marketplace, you have to go in and manually find a setting in your add-on code. It's one that not a lot of add-on developers know about, but if you want to make an add-on that enables achievements, you either have to decide to change one line of code, or you upload it to the marketplace where Mojang will do it for you. I don't think Mojang should be deciding I don't think Mojang should be deciding that it's something that would give me a diamond shovel should somehow be considered less cheating than an add-on that has removed my ability to have an inventory. Seriously, if you don't believe this, like, here are all the tools. I can't have any of them because no inventory slots right here. So, what? Look at that. You can't even see my arm anymore. The truth is this makes no sense. sense, and it's only because Mojang has an immediate bias towards the marketplace, one that I think would be important to correct. Rather than saying everything on the marketplace is assumed to be safe by default, I would hope that part of their checking process says, is this OP? Does this help you get any achievement in any substantially easier way? And if the answer is yes, they should turn off those achievements, is all I'm saying. Or to put it this way, let's bring up two random add-ons, right? Just from thin air. Ones that I definitely don't have a bias towards. But if I was to bring up, you know, just for fun, hypothetically, if I were to bring up the fact that there if there were an add-on which gave you access to more powerful tools, I could see the argument between Mojang restricting that. Obviously, a part of me wouldn't like it, but if there's an add-on that literally just makes it so that salmon are much bigger and can destroy you in the ocean, seriously, look at this chunker, then I think that that shouldn't disable achievements. I think that there should be some policing of this, though, because otherwise, why is it that downloading a world disables your achievements? Why is it that turning on keep inventory disables your achievements? Why is it that downloading an add-on that makes your inventory impossible to use disables your achievements, but downloading one that replaces everything you use with diamond tools doesn't? The answer? It makes absolutely no sense. It's something that Mojang absolutely needs to fix. But while we're talking about cheating, I think it would be worth asking, okay, so Cat, you clearly are defining in this video your set of ethics and morals as being the Minecraft cheating system. If something is considered cheating, you don't like to do it, and that is true. I like to earn the achievements. You might know this, but I've got the vast majority of them. It's a fun thing for me to do from time to time, to be like, you know what, let's focus on an achievement. To me, it helps to be an extra task along the way when I'm working on my mega project. I like achievements, and so that's the reason I like to earn them. But I think that this video has proven that achievements aren't the perfect way to decide your own morality, and so if you are a Java player, or just a Bedrock player who could not care less about achievements, by the way, that's the correct way to say that. It's, I couldn't care less, because your caring is at the minimum amount. If anyone is out there still saying, I could care less, I'd like you to know that you're letting people know that you can still care more. But I digress. Anyway, now that we talk about that, let's talk about how it is that I believe... let's talk about, before we talk about how I would do this, let's go into things that you can do in Minecraft that are clearly not legit, but are widely, clearly not legit, but that won't disable your achievements, and why it is that I don't think it's the perfect morality system. If you should even have morality in video games. I mean, clearly I don't, right? Yeah, gonna get me some tasty veal after this. Oh, yeah. Oh, no veal? Ugh, Mojang forcing their morality on me. Just like how they're forcing their morality on us by saying you can't disable your achievements, but you can, fascinatingly enough, make a copy of your world whenever you like, and then use that copy to circumvent what might kill you in hardcore, but also in any version of Minecraft. So I was recently playing on my Sky Glue series, that you might have seen somewhere on this channel. Statistically, you haven't. But I was playing on the Sky Glue world, and I had a Minecraft bug happen to me that led to me falling into the ocean and losing my status of being only above Y200. That was the whole point of the world, was that I'd never go below Y200, and it got ruined for me by a bug to do with slabs and starting the game. And so I was very, very tragically upset by this, and so I duplicated my world so that if I were to die on the way down, I could try it again. This is called save scumming, and it's really considered not cool in most games, you know, like you can do it in a single player game whenever you want, but I would certainly say that save scumming is far more cheating than, you know, doing something harmless like enabling an add-on that makes your world harder, or playing on a world that you downloaded from somewhere else, or even just a world spawn that you found from somewhere else. I think that this is a far more harmful thing, and even though I just admitted to doing it, I will concede I was doing it, arguably because I was trying to counteract what Minecraft did, but this isn't actually an excuse. I want to go on the record and say, yeah, I think that's a dumb excuse. I think that even if you die to some dumb Minecraft bug, that doesn't give you the excuse to jump into creative and, like, give yourself the stuff, because the moment you open up the option, why don't you do it for everything? The moment I open up the option to say, I'm in this world and I can save scum whenever I like, why don't I build a bunch of blocks, look in an area, and if I don't see something, go somewhere else? Or why don't I make a save every 20 minutes, and that way if I get killed by a drowned, I shouldn't get killed by a drowned, but that way if I do, I'll be able to restart. Save scumming, not generally considered okay, but you could totally do it. and it wouldn't affect your achievements. Okay, so my next simple one here is a bit of a controversial one, I'm going to say, but did you know at any point you can import any world into Minecraft using this big button? I pressed it just now, and I'm going to use this to import a world that my friend created, which has achievement unlocked map. Okay, it wasn't my friend, but what's amazing about this map is it's here to give you every single achievement as easily as possible, and because someone made this up in survival, or more realistically, change the creative flag to be off, because someone made this in survival, at least theoretically, it means that I can play and get every single achievement, and so achievements aren't that great of a metric, and even just going deeper than the idea of like, let's ignore achievements themselves, let's just try and use it as a broader way to determine legit or not. I could jump into my Let's Play world, or into my basically cheating world, and I could oh, actually, let's go into my first basically cheating world. Oh no, I already put on the behavior pack. Even if I remove my ability to get rid of my inventory, it's now permanently turned off, by the way. Absolutely painful. But if I go into a brand new Minecraft world, as well as having Lucky Tools enabled by default, I could also go right in there and enable this resource. But wait, no. I don't have the resource pack yet. So right now, Minecraft Bedrock is still broken. You can't actually import texture packs into the game without closing the game first and then opening the MC pack file. And oh, I wasn't expecting this. So now we can go onto any survival world, like my Igloo 200 failsafe. I'm going to use this as an example because this is a world where even if I know about the ores there, it doesn't make a difference. But if I literally put on this texture pack that I downloaded from Funny Fofo at the Breakdown, I can download this and enable a texture pack, and even though I'm playing hardcore, I still am going to have the ability to see through the ground. Now, to be clear, people doing this in a single player world makes you someone who is a little lost and confused, if I'm being honest. People use this on multiplayer servers, and it's actually quite hard to detect. So server owners have to just, like, look at your behavior, and if they see you, like, making a beeline for ores, they just go, like, yeah, I think this guy knows. But still, you could theoretically... Oh, so look at that. It makes it so much easier to see the ores. You could theoretically make everything in your Minecraft life easier by using a texture pack like this, and it's not considered a cheat, because texture packs are never considered a cheat. I think it's incredibly wonky that I could save scum over and over, that I could see through the surface of the world, or even download a world where someone else had made all the progress for me, and it would count as legit. But if I were to download a world that I cared about from YouTube, however, if you want to have the ability... Wait, all cheats are disabled because you selected hardcore mode. But if you wanted to have creepers not explode, if you wanted to have keep inventory, if you want to have the weather cycle not change, or you want to just make it so that non-mob entities will not drop items when they're exploded to prevent lag, that's a real issue of the Wither. Oh, yeah, they changed it. Now you can actually have only one of you sleeping in a world. That's actually a really good change. Give Mojang some credit. But if you want to make it so that you have keep inventory, or let's be honest, mob spawning needs to be turned on by default, but you want to make it so that creepers can't destroy your lovely base, or you want to make it so that mobs don't drop loot. This is a big deal for the Wither. It gets so much lag in your world that you can only prevent by turning this setting off, or you just want to deal with no weather. These are all considered cheats and will immediately and forever lock away your ability to earn achievements. This seems like a bit of a flaw, and it's why I think ultimately you have to have your own rules in store. And so, how do I think you should do it, if you're asking my humble opinion? The answer is exactly however you want. Thank you for watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so you're probably asking more seriously, how should you determine what you should and shouldn't do in your world if you are a Java player, or if you're a Bedrock player that thinks that the built-in moral guidance clearly starts to fail when you're allowed unlimited diamond tools just because you download an add-on? Well, I would say that ultimately this is up to you, but I would say whatever set of rules you decide on, make sure you are staying firm with them. A lot of people decide on rules that are convenient for them in the moment, and then go back on them later. I've met a lot of people in real life who do this, let me tell you, but I would say that it's worth having somewhat of a constitution, and this is where you need to make your own rules about what is fair. I think, for example, no texture packs or add-ons that give an advantage. I think that this is a really easy one to decide on. I think that add-ons and texture packs that give an advantage are one that just that give advantage. I think that's like a no-brainer. I think that you shouldn't be... No. I think that in general, you should be trying to actually build things. So no use of, say, build tools or anything else like that to make big buildings easier. Block by block, in other words. That's my big constitution idea, and I think that my third idea that I would say is a good one is in general to play legitimately, and that is to say, like, do not abuse major bugs. Do not abuse major bugs that provide advantage. So an example of that would be recently there was a bug that Minecraft have been trying to fix forever. The bug was that if you put a bundle in a hopper, it would and then you like took stuff out of it. It's the same with a chest. Then you would be able to duplicate the contents of that bundle, and so people would make themselves thousands of diamond blocks and be like, it's not cheating because the cheat button doesn't say so. But in my opinion, that's cheesy, and like, yeah, of course it's cheating. Of course, like, you can make your own rules in life, but you're obviously making rules that make life far easier for yourself, and also, you're ignoring the fun factor of Minecraft is that you're meant to earn everything. To me, at least, that is what has made Minecraft so fun for the past 13 years, and if you allow yourself to cheat now, why do anything legit in the future? That is why my simple constitution would be these 3 rules, but obviously you can come up with your own, and I think that this is something I hope you all enjoyed, because this is my basic sense of how cheating in Minecraft works. I think that Mojang should seriously consider adding a filter to the marketplace, and add-ons that are too powerful or clearly designed to cheese the game, they should not have achievements enabled. People should be able to enjoy it, and if they want diamond tools, that's great. If they want diamond tools, then you can play creative as well, but I think that they are the same level of damaging. And also, I would say that as far as the base game, Mojang does need to consider that by calling things cheats, and by saying that there are things that you can do to make your world legit, that it's important to actually make these consistent. I think that that is something they could very easily do, and I hope that they consider at least making some changes to the system. Even if I'm someone who, you know, I sell the Toy Cats Toolkit, even if I'm someone who might personally be suffering from that, I would prefer it, because I think that Minecraft is better when everyone knows at least what the rules are, because it removes some of the temptation to break it from time to time. At least that's my opinion. What's yours? Let me know down below, because I hope you're having a Merry Christmas-ish time, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Also, did you know the card is still available? I'm letting you know, because there are very few opportunities left for you to get your hands on it. Please don't delay. Buy yours today. Seriously, it's super cool. It's a collector's edition card. It is made by a super high quality company. We've got real art from a very talented artist on there. Their name is Oxy. There's lots of great reasons to love it, but I just wanted to mention it before we go. Okay, thank you, and goodbye.